So we are looking at Power Platform. So if you take the Microsoft Power Platform, we have four main platforms or four main products. We have Power BI, we have Power Apps, and we have Power Automate. Then finally, we have the Power Virtual Agents. Now, these are platforms that help professionals and other business users develop apps, automate business processes, and also develop bots without learning how to code. So these are platforms that will enable you or that will empower you to achieve more within your organization without learning how to code. So if you take Power BI, Power BI helps you to develop amazing dashboards and then reports using just drag and drop. If you take the Power Apps, this is a platform that also helps you to build mobile apps and other business applications using no code or low code. Then with Power Automate, it's all about automating your repetitive business processes. So here, if you are working in an organization where we have a lot of manual processes, you can also use Power Automate to be able to develop some of those business processes. Then we also have Power Virtual Agents, which also helps you to develop chatbots to engage with customers and employees within an organization without you writing any code to command a bot to chat with these people. So this section is going to provide you with a high-level introduction to these platforms. So first, we are going to have a presentation on how you'll be able to use Power Automate to automate business processes. So we are happy to have Albert, who works at Zenith Bank as a software engineer. So he's going to take us through Power Automate and how you'll be able to automate business processes without learning how to code. So Albert, let's dive in if you're around. Hello, Albert.
Hello, Festus, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
So let me try sharing my screen.
Okay, sure. Let me. Okay, you can try now.
Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So first of all, before you use the tool I'm coming to use, you have to.
Okay, Albert, can you introduce yourself briefly and then we can delve into it?
Okay, I thought you did the introduction, so I'm sorry anyway. My name is Albert Quist. I'm a software engineer at Zenith Bank Ghana. I'm responsible for developing internal applications using Office 365, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI, and SharePoint as the data source mostly. So that's a bit about myself. So in today's session, I'm taking you through Power Automate. And looking at the target group, I wouldn't bombard you so much. I'm just doing Twitter and then emails. So what we are going to do is how to get key words from Twitter into your mail. That is for information gathering. So before you use the application Power Automate or any of the Power platforms, you need to have a developer's license. So the developer's license is not just the ordinary Outlook, that is .microsoft.com. So you can see, if you can see my screen over here, you realize that the account I'm using is .on Microsoft. So yours, if your organization is having the Office 365 license, you can get it at, say, maybe zenithbankghana.com. So you go to office.com and you sign in. After signing in, come and let me remove my control from here. Let me know if you can still see my screen. So you sign in. Can you still see my screen? So these are the apps you have over here, but we are going to do Power Automate. So this is Power Automate. Now in Power Automate, you have some templates. So the first one, as the name suggests, uses Teams, Office 365, and then message to send you a message. This one you create a planner. But what I am going to do is Twitter. So if you type Twitter, you are going to get a lot on it. So before you use Power Automate, you have something called the trigger, which is for that particular automate, what should trigger it for it to flow, as in for it to commence its action. So here it says it's going to run sentiment analysis on tweet and push results to Power BI. So what this particular flow does is that it's going to analyze tweets from Twitter and then push the result in Power BI. My brother Festus will do Power BI, but I am going to use the second one, which is send an email for new tweet about a certain keyword. So let me go to my flows to show you some that I have. So this is a security tweet. So anytime someone tweets keywords like digital security, cyber attack, or cyber security, I'm saying it should send an email to me, including the link. So I go there to check it out. So that's how I have automated some of the keywords. But let's go back to template and then create from template. Because it's a beginner session, we are not going to create our own thing. We are going to create from template. So please don't forget, this is the name of the automate. So send an email for new tweet about a certain keyword. Now it's going to look for connections. So it needs my mail and then my Twitter account. So realize that everything is set over here. So if I hit continue, it is connected. So everything is already here because it is automated for you. Because it's a template, everything is here. So now, what are we going to look for? Any keyword I want to look for. Let's go to my Twitter page first. Let's see what's trending. Matikash. Okay, so I have Matikash. So I can say that anything Matikash, send it to my mail. Then can you suggest some keywords? Let's flow together so that anytime someone tweets that, we are going to get it. So anything, maybe car, boy, girl, anything. Those are the keywords.
So I bet we have some responses in the chat.
Okay.
So some is saying Macy, Shatawale, medical.
Okay. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do Shatawale. Ronaldo. Okay. Ronaldo. And then Messi. Someone said Ole out. Okay, so Ole out. I hope I hope I have everyone's response here. Good. So now the next thing we are going to do, remember, these are required fields. So the search text, required field, then the username, that is whoever is tweeting the thing. So tweeted by, I'm going to get it in my mail. So now the mail I want them to send it to. Can anyone give me his or her email address? So it will go to just anyone at all. And yes, you can add dynamic content over here. Okay, so I have Mubarak's email. Let's copy. Mubarak, I hope you can access your mail.
So Albert, is it possible to use multiple email addresses?
Yes, it's very possible to use multiple email addresses. So you keep bringing your emails. I'll just be adding it. Okay, so Thomas, hey, the emails are coming. So if I don't quench the flow, you keep getting emails till. So I can add another email and I'll keep adding emails. Let me put my email address first. Okay. I think we are good for now. Okay, let me add Rich. Okay, so we can check our flow over here. So you see, we don't have error. We don't have any warning. So we can save our flow. Now the flow is just there. So the flow is waiting and listening to these keywords. So Mati Cash, car, boy, girl, Shatawale, Ronaldo, Messi, Ole out. It's listening for those keywords. So anytime I get a tweet or someone tweets these keywords, you're going to get whatever they said about it. And that is how you can fetch information from Twitter. So I'm so much inclined to security, and I've used this to get security tweets. If you are working for an organization and you have competitors, you can use this to fetch keywords from your competitors, like money, anything you want to use. I don't know if Shadrach is here, but Shadrach.
Yeah, I'm here.
I beg, can you tweet with any of the keywords. Let's see if the flow is going to listen and send an email. But anyone whose email is activated and is watching, when you get the tweet, please let me know. So let me show Shadrach the keywords.
Yeah, share with me. Let me see it right now.
So let me copy and paste in this thing for you, the chat.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. So Shadrach tweeted, so ideally the flow is going to listen and give you the feedback. So now let me show you some of the things that I did. So for the security one, these are the things I'm looking out for. Let me open my mail to show you. So can you all see my new screen, my mail? Hello?
Yeah, we can see it. I can see.
Okay, so these are the results. So the title is security tweet, and that is the title we got from the Automate. So here it gives you a link to anything that is readable. So let me select this link. So when I did, it took me to a new screen. Let me copy and paste it for you to see. So this is the link I selected in the email. This is where it brought me to. So you can just read anything because the person tweeted some of the keywords: security, digital, cyber. It brought a whole lot of information. So these are some of the ways and means that maybe as a student or as an individual, you are so much inclined to certain things. You can use those keywords to pick things from Twitter and then get it in your email. Do we have any question? Hi, do we have any question? Okay,
There are many questions. There are many questions.
okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, I think we posted some of the questions for those who joined a little late. I wanted to
Okay.
find out the software or the application you were using.
Okay, may I please know your name?
My name is Chooks.
Chooks, okay.
Mm.
Chooks, this is Power Automate. Power
Yeah.
Automate is a product of the entire Power Platform. So Power Platform is 4 products. That's Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power Virtual Agent. So Power Apps is for developing applications on Office 365. So it's a cloud thing. And when you develop applications using Power Apps, you can share it with people in your organization. So for instance, if you are working in, say, one of the banks, you can share those applications with people within your organization, like the bank. So you can develop mobile applications, Canvas, which is tablet applications, and then the Power BI is for business intelligence. So more or less for creating dashboards and then giving a visual representation to your data. Then we come to the Power Automate. The Power Automate helps you connect all other applications. So for instance, in this session, I am connecting my Twitter account to my email using Power Automate. And you can do that. You can use Power Automate for lots of things. You can connect it to Microsoft Forms and then to Twilio for sending SMS. You could do all that, but you need a developer's account or an Office 365 license before you can do that. Then the last one is Power Virtual Agents. That's like creating chatbots for your organization.
Okay.
So, Chooks, have I answered your question?
Yes. So for me to access this Power Automate, it says a cloud-based app.
Yes.
So okay, it's just like Microsoft 365.
Yes. So this
365.
is this is Microsoft 365.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Microsoft 365 should have some additional features. If not, you'd have to purchase them. So
Okay.
depending on the license.
Okay.
So with the license, you get access to the Power Apps, Power BI, and then Power Automate.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you can get Power BI Pro on 365. Yeah, no of that.
Yes, so if you have all that, then you can do what I am doing. But I'm available anytime you face a challenge, you want to do something. I mean, feel free to get in touch with me and then I'll help you through it.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay. So those who want to also create a free developer account, Shadrach has included a link in the chat. So you can also watch the video to see how you'll be able to get a free developer account. Albert, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine. I was about to add it. I was about to add that. Yes, so Shadrach has a video on that. So you could just watch it and then get your free developer account and start. Any other question?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Juliet.
Hi, Juliet.
I have a question.
Sure.
I'm trying to do as you did, like follow what you did.
Okay.
I am at the Power Automate interface.
Okay.
And I'm trying to change the mail. I only see outlook.com, but I want to use my Gmail. It's not working.
Did you use the template?
Yes, please.
So You can see my screen, right?
Hold on. Yes, please.
Yes, so you have your keywords. You have everything you have here, right?
No. What I see is, hold on, please. This flow will connect to, then we have Outlook and Twitter.
Okay, so it means you are a step behind. So ensure that you have connection. Okay, let me go back and then create another one for you to see.
Okay.
So Juliet, I guess you selected this one.
Yeah, send an email
Okay,
for new
so
tweets.
before you do that, it's going to need access to the various applications. Okay, so it will
Okay.
need access to Twitter and then your mail.
Okay.
So over here, you should be able to see my connection. So it has access to my connection, which is valid. And then access to my Twitter, which is valid. So ensure that you've given it access to these applications and then you can continue.
I'm trying to sign into my Twitter, but it's not working.
Okay, so that is the issue.
Yeah.
So just sign in on the web and it will pick it automatically.
Okay, I should sign in to my Twitter on
Yes, if you sign in
another
using
browser
the
tab.
web, yes, try that one. So if you're
Okay.
able to sign in, it will automatically pick the connection.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
So you're welcome. Please, any other question? Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I also like to know. I think you started talking about why one would want to automate, tweet and all that, but then I think you didn't finish. I would like to know like some of the reasons or some of the importance of doing this. Like, why would I want to automate tweets into my
Okay.
email?
Okay. So as I said early on, I am so much inclined into technology security, right? So I want to keep abreast of some of the new trends in security. So realize that people use Twitter a lot to publish their things. So in the trending feed, they are going to, if say Shatawale is trending, realize people will write Shatawale, then they'll put something and then a link. So if it is security, they can put Shatawale, hashtag Shatawale, security is ABCD, visit this link. So when they do security, I am going to get that specific thing that they tweeted with the link to it. Then I can go and read. So it's just like setting up a listener for something that I like. I can also decide to do it for a different keyword because I just want to read about it, keep abreast of it. Maybe the next time we are going to look at automating your tweet, as in you get someone sends something, then you have to approve it before it is tweeted, or you can use a button to tweet something. That one can also be automated for you. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, so is it only Twitter that you automate?
Yes, for in this particular session, the connectors are Twitter and then email, but there are different templates over here. So you can use any of the templates you want. So I'm scrolling and you can see, sorry, you can see all the things you could do using Power Automate. But because this is for beginners, like a beginner's class, I didn't want us to delve deep into it. So in this one, this very one where my cursor is, it says share my new Instagram photos to Twitter. And that is also automated. So anytime you upload an Instagram photo, it will automatically share it with Twitter. So Power Automate is connecting your Instagram and then your Twitter for you. So it's not just, it depends on the product you want to connect. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Whatever.
Any other question?
Hello, Albert.
Yes.
Oh, please, what's the difference between the developer account and this normal one I'm using?
Okay. So the developer account gives you like the Power Apps, Power BI, and then Power Automate. So as the name suggests, you are getting a developer product. Okay, but the normal Outlook account doesn't have most of these added features.
Okay. So I already have Power Automate. Doesn't mean I have a developer account.
You already have Power Automate in
Yeah.
your Outlook or what?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
if it is .outlook, it is not a developer account.
If it is .outlook, like,
Yes,
can you come again with that?
So I have Quest Albert at outlook.com. So Outlook, it is not a developer account, it's an Outlook account.
Okay.
Okay. But if you
Okay.
create the developer account, it is organizational based. So you are going to get maybe Albert Quest dot my domain name, maybe AKO Technology dot on Microsoft. So you realize that you are always using your organization's name.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
if my organization is, say, Ghana, I'm going to have my account to be albert.quest at ghana.com. So Ghana becomes my domain. So anyone with at ghana.com is in my domain. So I can develop application and share with that person.
Okay. Okay. I think I get it. Thank you.
Welcome. I'm enjoying the questions.
I will enjoy the class. The explanation. Thank
Albert.
you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I would like to know how this
May
can also
I
be
please
used to
know
help
your
us.
name?
My name is Raymond.
Raymond. Okay, Raymond.
Yeah, assuming I want to use this Power Automate to do something effectively for my organization. What can I use it for?
So you can
Or what
use
can I
Power.
use it to do? Yeah.
You can use Power Automate to do lots of things. So Power Automate has a lot of connectors. Let me go to the connector session for you to see. So for as long as it has a connector in Power Automate, you can use that to create your logics. So for instance, in my organization, I build the app, then I connect the application to Power Automate to send messages for approval, to send just normal message. So anytime you interact with the application in Power Apps, if it's sending approvals, it's going to send an approval to maybe your supervisor in your supervisor's mail. Then your supervisor can say approve or reject. Then Power Automate can then go and update the data source that it was approved or it was rejected. And then the same Power Automate can send the feedback to the requester that your maybe your leave has been approved or rejected. Then afterwards, this same Power Automate can update a dashboard a Power BI dashboard somewhere. So Power Automate is just a link between various products. So over here, you can see all the connectors. So you can connect Office 365, OneDrive, your Office 365 users, SharePoint, Twitter notification, just anything you can think of. You can use Power Automate to connect them. So these are the connectors you are seeing over here. Now, let me show you a flow I have over here. This MLS event was one of Shadrach's events. Now, the idea was to send an email to people who have registered. So for instance, in this session, lots of you registered, but yes, I think I got the mail. You can use Power Automate to do that. So in this particular automate, we have Microsoft Forms. Let me show you. So we have Microsoft Forms. So anytime you submit a form, it's going to send an email to whoever submitted the form. So I'm picking your email address from the form. So I have your full name, your phone number, email address. I have that on the form. So when you submit a form, I'm getting your email address and I am sending you this message that you have successfully registered for the event. You can use Power Automate to achieve this. I think we should do this one in our next session if everybody really understands Power Automate, because it is just a beginner session. I don't want us to delve deep into it. So these are some of the things you can use Power Automate for. Raymond, are you okay?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome.
Albert,
Yes.
let me also add this. So I work mostly on Power BI. So I remember I worked with one guy in one of the big financial institutions in Ghana. So what they wanted to do was that they have this Power BI dashboard. Now, every day they have their deposit, like it's for their financial reporting. So what their manager wanted to do is that for their deposit, they have a threshold that every day their deposit should not go below a certain threshold amount. Now, what the manager wanted to do is that early morning, she wants to get an email if the threshold goes beyond that particular amount, or if their deposit goes below that particular threshold. She wants to get an email quickly so that she can get into the dashboard and find out what is accounting for all those things. Now, one of the things that we did for them is to use Power Automate to monitor that particular threshold or that particular KPI. So anytime the KPI goes below that particular amount, it sends an email automatically to the manager that their deposit has gone below the threshold. So that's one of the ways you can use Power Automate with Power BI. Okay, thank you.
That's wonderful. I hope you will teach us that one too.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
we are not going to cover this in today's section, but I'm sure in subsequent sections we may have how we may take you through how you'll be able to do all these things.
Well, why don't you Power BI today?
Yeah, we are going to have Power BI today. Yeah, sure.
You dive into those practical experience is what we're looking for. Come on.
Okay. So Albert, I'm sure we have exhausted the time. So
yes,
we can.
Yes.
So thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Okay.
Thank you too. Let me put my contact in the chat so that anyone who is willing to reach me, you could just do that.
Okay, sure.
So now I'm available for you.
Okay, sure.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. So now we are moving.
Automate it now so that it comes to straight to our mail.
I don't think there is a connector for Zoom now. Oh, I didn't show my face. I beg. Let me show my face so that
okay.
people will see me briefly. Yes, so
Okay,
Okay, I have it.
did
that's
a
me.
fine man.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so
Thank you so
now
much.
Thank
we
you.
can
Thank
move
you so
straight.
much.
We can move straight into Power Apps. How you be able to develop either internal or external apps with Power App. So we are lucky to have Shadrach here to take us through how we can get started with Power Apps. So Shadrach, you can take over the section.
Yeah.
All right, Festus, thank you very much. I'm really happy to be part of this. Albert is my boss. You see how he was explaining it, like, yeah, so we are going to talk about Power Apps. And then as Albert said earlier on, these applications are all linked together. Okay, so if you are in an organization and you want to work with these three applications, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, you will be able to link them up. You can use Power Automate to link the two up as well. So I'm sure maybe Festus will talk about that, but Albert has said a lot about that as well. Cool. So quickly, let's move straight to my slide. Where is my slide? Where are you? Okay. Let me just just a second. Where is Zoom? Okay, Zoom is here. I'm disabled.
Okay, sorry. Let me check that out.
All right, sure.
Okay, you can try now.
All right, awesome. Yep, working. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it's like, okay. So I'm going to take you through an introduction to Microsoft Power Apps. I'm Shadrach. I'm a good Microsoft Learn student ambassador in Ghana currently. I'm in Ghana. I'm from Ghana actually. So if you see the slide looking weird with Microsoft stuff, yes, that's what we use in our trainings and other stuff. So that exactly. Okay. So quickly, on this slide or on this agenda, we are going to talk about what is our Power Apps, and we are going to have a demo live. We are going to create your first app in Power Apps. Okay, we are going to do that right now as well. Then after that, I'll give you some links, tips, and then just give you some videos and other stuff to get you started. Okay, there are a whole lot of videos. So those who want to put themselves into Power Apps, you are going to get through all this. Albert didn't show you a lot of stuff he has done in Power Apps. Like he has done amazing stuff in Power Apps. And then at where he is, I've also done some amazing stuff in Power Apps. I would like to share with you as well. All right, so quickly, let's begin. So what is Microsoft Power Apps? All right, so Microsoft Power Apps, I'll just skip these definition stuffs, but just to make this short. So Power Apps are applications, okay, that anyone at all can build with, okay, so you can build on the web and mobile devices. So you build on the web and you can access it on any mobile devices, whether iPhone, Android, that's iOS or Android, you can run Power Apps anywhere on the web, okay? I will take you through that as well on the phone, which I have here. I will do that for you to also understand how it runs as well. So it has a drag and drop interface that allow you to add and configure what you need to solve the problem at hand, okay, with controls like buttons and galleries. We'll look at that. And its formula is just like an Excel-like formula, okay? So the formula is called PowerFX. So it's an Excel-like formula, and it has this bar where you normally do your Excel stuff. Yeah, just the same thing. We'll go into that as well. Okay, so in Power Apps, you are able to connect data. Okay, so as Albert was talking, he was mentioning data, connecting data, connecting company data, office data, and all those things. Yes, so you can do that. You can also use the company data as well to create an app where you keep updating it there as well. Then you can create apps without writing code, as I mentioned earlier, and you can run the app on web or mobile phones as well. So with Power Apps, you can build an app quickly by using the skills that you already have. Okay, connect to cloud services and data sources that you are already using. Okay, so data which you are already using, you can connect it to Power Apps. Okay, then you can share your apps instantly so that your co-workers can also use the app. Okay, so Albert mentioned where the workers have to apply for leave and stuff in Power Apps. Okay, so that's what it was done there. Okay, then quickly, I'm taking you through the Power App Studio, how it looks like. Okay, so this is how the Power App Studio looks like. Okay, so the Power App Studio has three things, pans or pins, or however you mention it. Okay, so the left pane, it shows the hierarchical view of all the controls. Okay, so you will see that too, as I will take you through that. Then it has the middle pane where it shows the Canvas app. That's where you are working on. Okay, then the right, where you set options such as layout properties. That's where you can do your color changes and things. Okay, you can. So it's just something like I want to see if so it's just like you've opened a Paint application and you have just everything there. You are just tapping, drag and drop and those kind of stuff. Okay, that's how it is. And the connectors. So in Albert's in Albert's slides, okay, we saw something like connectors. He mentioned something like connectors for Power Automate. Okay, so Power App also has connectors. Okay, these are the connectors. We have over 300 plus connectors in Power Apps. Okay, 300 plus. There are a lot more than that. More than the plus. Okay, so we have Excel, which we'll be using to create an app today. Excel Online to create an app today. We have the file system, Facebook. You can connect Facebook to. You can connect your Gmail to it. You can connect your Google Calendar and so on. Okay. Wow, so soon. So before I move to the demo, I hope the little I shared, it's cool with you guys, if it's okay, and I can move on. I just want us to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Let's go on.
All right, that's awesome. So I'm just putting off the video so that I'll have free flow of internet to work online. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so I have to stop sharing this screen now, then share where I'm going to work on the application. Okay, share my screen. So you guys remember Albert mentioned Office 365. I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to use Office 365 for this. Okay. Good. I wish this thing can. All right. So to start with, we visit office.com. Office.com to enter into my Office 365 account. I've already shared the link on how to create a free Office 365 account, which I made a video on it some years ago, I think 2019 there. So you just watch the video and also create. As you can see, this is my Office 365 account. And then to start with, I have to see all the applications. Okay, so you use this button here, this application button here, to show all the applications in the Office 365 account. So you can see the Power Automate Albert use here, and Power BI, which Festus is going to use. And then we have the Power Apps, which I'm going to use. Okay, so you can see them line up there like that, the three of them. Yes, so let's go through Power Apps. All right, so whilst it's opening, currently we need data. Okay, we need data to work with. Okay, so for the data we are going to use to work with, we need I said earlier on that we are going to use data in Excel, okay, to create an app. That's what I said earlier on. So we are going to Excel where I have data there. So let me show you how it is. So Excel Online is also here. You can all see it here. Excel Online is here. Word, I mean, the rest, Word is also here. PowerPoint is also there as well. This PowerPoint. So we are going to Excel Online. And then I have a template here, which when you go online to study Microsoft, on the Microsoft Learn, I will share that link as well. The Microsoft Learn link. This is a template normally they give to you to use to do your studies, to try your hands on the test. So
Hello.
I'm going to use.
Yes, please. I can see the screen you are sharing on from my end.
Okay. Who can see the screen?
We see. I can see it from my end. I think maybe from this end.
Yes, we're seeing you.
Oh, okay, I see.
So your network, right?
It's the network issue. Check.
Wow.
Yeah, I said that, so maybe we can continue.
It's being recorded, so we can continue.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Shadrach.
Yeah.
Please, I can't find Power App among the list of apps on my screen.
On what I'm sharing or from your end?
From my screen, not yours.
So
I see Power Automate, but not Power App and Power BI. Power BI.
You are using Outlook, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So create new one. The link I've shared, kindly create a new developer account. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe later on you can watch the video and create a new developer account so you can play with it. Okay. So the developer account, the more you use it, the more Microsoft extend the period for you to use it to do your testing and creating stuff. Okay. If you use it, let's say today, and you use it let's say today, and you don't use it till next year, it will be closed off. It will be blocked out. Okay, mine was created in 2019, but they keep updating me up till now. I'm still using it. It's a free account. So try that. Okay, so you can create that. All right.
Okay, thank you.
So you're welcome. So let's move on. So as I said earlier on, I'll share the link with you where you also go and learn how to create this Power Apps application from Microsoft Learn site, which I am ambassador there. So I will share that with you as well. And there, this is the let's say this is the Excel. This is the data they give to you to try it in building an app. Okay, I will show you how to build your own Excel, but for now, we are going to use this just to move faster a little bit because of time. But I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Okay, so this is just a normal Excel, which I'm sure most of you will understand, but if not, we will create again, don't worry. All right, so this is what I have in there. Okay, this is a template from the Learn site. Okay, so you can see we are going to use that to create an app. Okay, so we have name, category, price, image, then overview. So the image is just in a container in Azure. Okay, so they just brought the link here. So it's just like, keeping the image in somewhere, then you bring the link here. Okay, you can use SharePoint for that. If you are not familiar with SharePoint, don't worry. Just do it. I think Festus has to host another event whereby we will show you, we will go in advanced level, as Albert said. Albert has a lot to show you guys. So if we can go in advanced level, then we take you guys through more advanced stuffs. Okay. So as you can see, in the beginner level, we use the Excel. Okay, so this is the Excel. Let's say in your company, you have this Excel there. Okay, always someone has to come here to come and update. Always someone has to come into the Excel to come and update. So what if you create an app for it? Okay, you create an app with a nice interface, company, like looks cool. You just go in there, you click on the app, you fill a form, then you submit, then it loads here. That's the idea. Okay, so as someone asked Albert that I have a business and what will Power App do for me? Okay, Power BI, Power Automate do for me? Okay, so this is what they are being used for. Okay, you have a lot of work in the company and you want to streamline it. You want to make it cool for everybody to, because giving this Excel, sharing this Excel for someone to always go and fill data in it. It looks weird, okay? But when you have it as an app, you just even take your phone and you can fill a form. You can take your phone and you can fill something, okay? Or you can even open it on the desktop, nice interface, then you fill it nicely. But when it looks this way, it looks weird, okay? Like, I mean, it looks be like that. So I'm going to show you how to create an app out of this so that you can even update it, you can delete something, you can all those stuffs. Okay, that's what you're going to. So we are going to use this Excel for the app. All right. I hope you take note of the Excel name as well. That's the flooring estimates. Okay, that's the name. That's what you're going to use. All right. So quickly, let's go back to our Power Apps. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can hide this. That's fine. All right, so now when you click on the Power Apps from your Microsoft Office 365, okay, you can see something here. It says what? Start from data, okay? So build business app first, start from data. And start from data, you have database, you have SharePoint, you have Excel Online, and you have SQL Server. Okay, so you can pick data from SQL as well. Okay, so you can use the SQL data as well to create an app. You can use Excel Online, which we are going to use for beginner level. So in case we have the advanced level, I might use Database or SharePoint. Okay, so Database is also cool, just like the SQL. Okay, you can create tables also in Database as well. And that's the most recommended. Database and SharePoint is the most recommended. I will recommend for you when you are beginning or you are trying to build simple application. So we are going to use the Excel Online. So I will take you through the interface before I start. So you have the Canvas app from blank. You can create an app from blank. You can create a mobile-driven application from blank. So if you want to create a more advanced application, you can go through this way, the portal where you have the web-like applications and other stuff. So you can, if you want to go more advanced, okay, but if you want to go the normal Power Apps, I mean, I can show you some apps I've created in Power Apps. You go from blank. When you go to blank, you select the screen as well. So let me click on it. I don't want it to look like I'm just talking without showing it. So you can see, you can give the app name. Okay, then is it tablet or is it going to be used on tablet or a mobile phone? Okay, you can do that here. So that's for the blank. Okay, then it has templates as well. It has over, then it was, I think 30 something plus, but currently it has been increased. It has a lot of templates here. You can see the templates. These are applications. Okay, these are simple Power App applications. So if you realize anything in Microsoft Office 365, they all have templates to help you out. I mean, to help you out do something nice. So you can see templates on them. Okay, PDF reader, customer success, like a lot of templates here. Then you have this product showcase, interview tool. So these are all templates you can use. Okay, these are all templates. I think it's still around the 30 something plus. All right, so we have our data already. Okay, and we want the data is an Excel data and it's in our Excel Online. Okay, so we are going to use this, click this button. I hope my internet doesn't disappoint. So it's actually getting things ready for us to get started. Okay, so just a little patience. Then, as I said, I hope it doesn't disappoint. But I mean, this is cloud. We are working in the cloud, and this is what happens often actually. Sometimes it delays and others are accessing things in the cloud. Sometimes it's some way because you use internet more to do that, extracting data and other stuff. Yeah, so I mean, like that's the best thing now. That's what we all love to do now, because working in the cloud is really awesome. Okay, so as it loads, I will share the link with you for the Learn site, so that those of you who want to create your first Power App applications, you can go through and also learn how to create your first Power App applications. Let me see. Okay, introduction to Power App. So I'm going to share the site in the chat whilst this keep loading. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Of course, I don't know why this keep loading. It's strange. Come in. Yeah, I'm not sure it's from the internet actually, but it's strange. It's loading really slow. So I'm sharing the link. Because if you can hear me, then my internet is really cool. So it does happen, as I said earlier on. This does happen. So let me just refresh it again. It might take sometimes. Okay, so I should have refreshed it a long time. I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I should have refreshed it a long time. As I said, the cloud misbehaves sometimes. So right now I've clicked on the Excel online, okay, as my data. Right now, what I have to do is to select where I'm taking the Excel online from. Okay, so it's in the drive. Okay, it's in the OneDrive for business because I'm using a business account. Okay, as I said, the Office 365 account is actually meant for business purposes. Okay, so even though individuals can use, okay, but it's more a business application. Okay, so I'm going to click on the OneDrive for business. If I click the OneDrive for business, meaning I'm going to see the Excel, all the Excel online, all the Excels I have, or the sheets I have in OneDrive, okay, or in my Office 365. So you can see everything in my OneDrive, okay, everything. And this is the flooring estimates, okay. So this is where I'm going to build my application from. So I'll pick this. There are a lot of them there. These are events that we did. There are a lot of them. So you can see this. I'll just click on it. When I click on it, then it will pick the table. Okay, so this is the table. I'll show you how to create the table in the Excel as well. So this is the table. You realize my Excel has a table. I mean, it has that. I'll show you that, don't worry. So I will select the table. In case I have a lot of tables in it, the tables will show here. The table is just like the work spaces, okay, the sheets, okay, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can create tables in there, or you can create different tables in a sheet, in a particular sheet. It depends on you. Okay, so this is a table. So I'm going to connect it. So as you all can see, I'm not typing anything. I'm not coding. I just clicked on the Excel sheet I'm going to use, and I pick the table, and then it tries to develop the app for me itself. Okay, so the system is developing the app for me. As you can see, that's what is going on. So it has developed an app for me. I didn't do this before coming for the event. We just did it right now. Okay, so it has developed an app for me right now, just right now. It has developed an app for me. This is an app. Okay, so as I said earlier on, okay, if you want to edit this app and stuff, you can do that. If you want to add more gist, you want to put more ingredients and more other stuffs into it, like Albert has done in his company and stuff on what he talked about. And I've also done a lot. I'll show it to you. If you want to put more things in it, like you want to add more flavor and other stuff, you can do it. Okay, that's fine. You can add more stuff to it if you want. You can change the interface. You can, I mean, I'm going to show how to change this, just this, you see how it's, okay, so as I said, I mentioned earlier on, I explained this thing. Actually, you've seen it here. So I can just space it nicely. Okay, it's in cloud. So anything you do, you don't need to, touch anything. It will be changing automatically. It's in cloud. But when you are done, we are going to save it, okay? But sometimes I recommend, whilst your app is ready, like as it is ready like this, just make sure you save it, okay? Just save it for saving sake. Anything can happen. I know what I'm saying. So once you've done to this part, just click on save. Okay, so it's the save as. Because working in the cloud is it's really some way as it happened to us. Okay, so I've saved it. So I can share it. If I share it, what happens is that everybody within that organization who is using the account, okay, so if you watch the video of the Office 365 developer account I shared with you, I've explained in there. So you have tenant accounts. So when you go into a company, you realize they give you Microsoft Office 365 accounts. You all have an account. So what happens is that the admin, what you are going to create is an admin account. So you can give it to 25 people. Okay, you can assign to 25 people to use that account. So this one like this, you can share the application to people within the organization, and you can, and then now that we are done with the application, what we are going to do is, so this is the link to the application actually. Okay, this is the link, the web link. So you can share it for someone to click on it and also open it. Okay, you can also add it in Teams. Okay, so Office 365, as I say, is a business account. Teams and other things are all in it. So the Teams here, meaning if you add it to Teams, all the business or all the workers on that Teams platform are going to be able to see the application that you developed. Okay, also created the Power Automate something in my organization. Okay, so when I entered there, they normally do the paperwork, sometimes filling a normal form, then someone has to go through paperwork to approve, then send you petty cash and other stuff, or maybe you are requesting for data and other things. So when I got there, within some few months, I realized the finance manager was saying, oh, so I've seen some approval thing being in Teams. So why can't we do something to approve and stuff? So I went through it, and they gave me the task to do it. I went through it and I realized, oh, okay, I can use Power Automate. So I picked the form. You fill the form and the form passes through Power Automate. Power Automate takes the data, push the notification to the one who approves in Teams, then the person approves in Teams. Then Power Automate send whoever send the request an email that it has been approved or rejected. Okay, so I did that, and it's very simple. So I mean, if we go more into the advanced level, I'm sure Albert will take you guys through all those ones. Okay, so let's go back to the application. All right, so right now the application is ready. It's ready as you also. We just didn't do anything. We just pushed the data and the application just got done. I mean, just like that. I don't like this. Okay, let me just go back. Okay, awesome. So back. Yep. Okay, so you go to settings, you can give your application a name. You can change the icon of the application as well. You can give it a different look. I mean, there are different icons here, okay? So you can, that's when you go to settings, you can give the icon a look. You can give the application a description here. You can pick color. So as you can see, the color of the application, also you can pick like of the icon, you can pick everything here. You can do a whole lot of things to the application here, okay? A whole lot of settings, but for the basic level, we just go the normal way. We don't do too much stuff, okay? So I just want let me go to my chat. So I want to get the program name. I want to use the program name for the app name. I don't have it of it, so let me see if I can. Okay, so it's First Man. Okay, so let me click First Man app. Okay, so yes, awesome. So I will save the app name with that. I mean, it's in cloud, so it saves automatically. Okay, now I can close that. Then let me see if I have something left, so I can save it. Okay. All right, so when I save, then I have to publish because I've made changes, okay? I hope you guys get it. So I've made changes, so I have to publish it again. All right, that's awesome. All right, so this is the application. It is done, and now we want to play it and see how it works. So there's a play button here, or F5, which you can use to play it. Okay, so that's it here. You can see the application playing nicely. Okay, so I can add more data to it. Okay, I can add more data to it. Let's say here. So what data should I add? I didn't know what they were adding then because I saw category something. So let me also say floor. I just want you to know that my data is going to appear when I add it. That's all I just want you to see. Okay, so let's do that. I don't have, let me see if I have the event image here. If I have that, then I can use that as well. Okay, I have it. So let me pick the event image. Then the name, let me use Shadrach. I just want you to see how it's updated. Okay, let me use this. The price, let me say 30. Okay, all right. So I just save this. So something loads up there, you see it loading up there, then pam, it's added. So you can see it has been added. Okay, floor Shadrach, sir. Then the image I loaded. So let's go to our Excel to see if it has been updated. Okay, so this is our Excel. So let me click on it. So as I said, you share this with the people in your organization, and whoever is in charge to be filling the form, you share it with the person fills the form. Okay, the Excel has to be updated. So you can see it here. You can see it here showing. I mean, you can all see it here showing. Okay, the image and everything is here. You can see everything here. Okay, everything I entered. Okay, you can see it. So this is exactly what I'm seeing. So you can see everything in here. So the more you fill, the more it increases. Okay, like, I mean, you're updating the Excel sheet. So this is a simple application we just created. So if you want to close, you can just click this button, you go back. You can just go in there and go and edit what you want to show first and others. I mean, the format is here. You can work around it. But I'm going to take you through how to create the simple Excel so that we will use that to create a simple application. But this application is done and it's very simple. And I've shared with you the link to create or to study Power Apps to create a simple application. If you master it very well, then you can advance in creating awesome application more than what I have done. Okay, so let me go to apps. If I go to apps, you will see simple, awesome applications I did. So this is an application I created with Power Apps. An application I created with Power Apps. You see how it looks like. It's an audio player. Okay, I created with Power Apps. It's a very, very nice application, which you can all do that. I don't know why it's loading so slow, but so, okay. So it's a music app. Let me see what's happening. So trying to play this application for you guys to see how it works. Okay, let me delete, close this. Okay, then let's go to edit. All right, so now the application is created. And then there is an application before. So someone will ask, so how can you run the application on your phones? As I mentioned earlier on, you can run it on your either Windows phone, iOS, or Android app. Someone will ask, so how is that going to be done? So to do that, you will need, okay, so images are supposed to show here. The images are not showing. Okay, so what happened is that when you see this things, then it means it has maybe login issues. Okay, let's say it has logged me out because I was working on other SharePoint applications. So I'm picking my data from SharePoint. So I'm sure SharePoint has logged out. So I just need to get SharePoint activated because I was using a different Office 365 account. So SharePoint has been logged out. That's why it's happening that way. But I'll fix that. Don't worry. So let's continue. So before you can run this application on your phone, okay, you need to download the app, the Power App application from your Play Store or App Store. Okay, so I have done that on my phone and I've downloaded the app on my phone. So what I'm going to do is to share with you this application. Okay, I just did this with you guys right now. So this application, I'm going to run it on my phone for you guys to see right now. Okay, so let me share my screen for you guys to see. Let me share my entire screen. So let me share the entire screen. Okay. Can you guys see my phone? Can you guys see my phone? I'm not
Yes.
checking. You can
Yes,
see
you
my
can
phone.
see.
Okay, awesome. All right. So quickly, let me just show you the app on my phone, then we can just move on. Okay. I mean, time because of time. So let me just show you the app on my phone. Okay. So this is my phone. I'm looking for Power Apps. So I have downloaded Power Apps already. So I'm just looking for Power Apps on my phone to run. Okay. So this is Power Apps on my phone. So I've just connected my phone using it's just an application in Microsoft. Okay. So that's the. Let me show you this application. So it's just here, okay, your phone, okay. It's just an application in Microsoft. That's what I'm using to connect my phone. So I can display my phone here. All right, so you saw the application I just created. It should show up here. Let me refresh this quickly. Okay, let me go to all apps. So the application I created, I'm supposed to see it, Festus, is it? Okay. So it has this, because it's syncing it from online. This normally happen, but
I have seen it here.
okay, all right, awesome.
Yeah.
So this is it. So I just click on it. Okay. So this happened because it's syncing it from. I mean, when you log in with your email as well, your 365 account as well. So it opens the application for you. Whatever you did, okay, on the PC, you can open it on the phone as well. So you can see it on the phone. So you can do anything you want with it on the phone. Okay, so this is the phone. I mean, if I should put on my camera so that you see my phone. All right, so you see it on my phone running. Okay, it's the same thing. I'm running it and it's running on my phone as well. So that's it. And this is what I added earlier on. I can click on it, I can edit it. So you can see it here. I can delete it and it will delete in the Excel. Whatever I do, that's what will happen. Yes. So thank you. I'm sure you guys want to still learn awesome stuff, but time is not on our side. So I can't go on with more awesome stuffs, but I'm sure we will have another event in advanced level so I can take you guys through. Yes, so I'll end here and I'll share the files with you. Where is my slide? Okay, so I'm going to share the links with you so that you guys can start learning. Right, I've shared it with you already, but I'm sharing this video again. So in case anyone just joined. All right, so whilst I'm sharing the links, if you have any questions, you ask quickly, then maybe 2-3 questions quickly, then I can hand over.
Because class is still going on, is it possible these links are shared through me?
Come again?
I said because class is still going on, is it possible these links are shared straight to our email?
Okay, don't Shadrach, so you can share it with me. I will share it via their email addresses.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I get you now. That's fine. So I'll share it with him. Then my YouTube handle too has a lot of videos that will take you through Power Apps, introduction to Power Apps and others. And okay. Some of those of you who are already in school and want to join the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program, I've shared the link with you as well. You can also get the link there as well. I'll share all with Festus as well. But if you have any question, you can ask so that I hand over.
Okay, guys. So for the meantime, if you have any questions, you can unmute your mic and ask your question, or you can also use the chat. If it's not lengthy and you'll be able to type it, you can also use the chat, and then we are going to read it out to Shadrach for him to answer your questions. So let's keep the questions coming in. We don't have much time. We just have like 30 or 25 minutes to wrap up. So let's do that quickly. Okay, so someone is asking, can you use Power Apps to create an app for a church register? In case you have new member, you can easily input the details of the person to add up.
Oh yeah. So what happened is that, as I mentioned earlier on, so just make sure you have where you are keeping your data. Okay. Maybe you are keeping your data in an Excel. Okay, just have it there. Then, as I took you through, upload the file in the Office 365 Excel Online. Okay, upload it in the Excel Online. Uploading file in Excel Online doesn't mean a long procedure. Okay, just open your Excel in Office 365 and you can just minimize this screen, drag and drop it here. Just drag the file from your desktop and drop it here. It uploads into the website automatically. Okay, you don't need to do any, hard work. Just go and drag it and come and drop it here. That's all. So when you have it in your Office 365 now, then you can now go to your Power Apps, as I took you through earlier on. You can now go to your Power Apps. Then straight away you can go and do whatever you want to do with the application. That's choosing Power Apps. Then you pick the Excel. So let's say you have the church membership data in Excel. So you use the Excel to create the app so that you keep updating it. Okay, so to create a blank Excel application, this is the Excel application. Okay, so let's say you have name here and you have here what ID. Okay, and you have Shadrach here. Okay, and you have 34 here. Okay, so what will happen is that if you want to create a table, you select this. Okay, when you select that, then you go to insert. When you go to insert, you pick table. Okay, so my table has headers. Name and ID is your headers. So make sure this is ticked. Then you click OK. So we've created a table. You guys can see this is a table we've created. Okay, we've created a table. If you want to change the table name, you see the design, you click on the design, table design, then you change the table name and name it whatever you like, maybe church data. Okay, so if you create the table, that's all. You can change the name and everything of the table. Then now you can go to your Power Apps and go and use the table to create an app. That's all. I hope it answers your question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So as I said earlier on, this is the application I built. I want to play it for you guys to see. So you can do a lot of things in Power Apps. So this is an application I built in Power App. Okay, I can play music with it. Okay.
Wow.
Can you guys hear the sound?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, yeah. So you can do a lot of things with Power Apps. Okay, I have a lot of stuffs in there. This is Power App for you. Okay.
So all these songs, you uploaded them.
Yes. So
they were like part of your data set, right?
Yes. So so this one I didn't use Excel Online. Okay. So as I said now, that the more you get, if you go to advanced level, I'll show you how to use SharePoint. So SharePoint, you can use SharePoint. This is SharePoint. They are all part of your Office 365 account. SharePoint is there, Dataverse is there. We can use SharePoint to do this. So my data for the music player that you are seeing, the data is in SharePoint. Okay, the data is somewhere.
Okay. Something that cannot give you access to MP3 device. Oh.
Yes. Wait. So come again.
No, I'm just saying they kind of file format, in the sense that maybe SharePoint gives you access to audio file.
Oh no, not really that. But the thing is that SharePoint, with SharePoint, you don't have this because you are going to deal with huge files and stuff. You don't have this kind of breakages and other stuff there. Okay, data is going to look clean and other stuff. But you see, with the Excel, it's purely meant for keeping data. Okay, yeah. Excel is meant for, you can't be keeping, even though you can keep the links for audios and stuff there, but you can't be keeping those things there. Sometimes you have to use the right tool for the right work. So if you use SharePoint or use Dataverse, it will make your data neat and cool. Okay, so that's it. You can also do this. So this one like this, I can keep updating. I can update it. That is here. I can also include more songs. I can click this button, but currently I've disabled it. Okay, so I can add more songs. These buttons, I can delete them and put a nice button here to add more songs. So you can you can garnish this anyhow you like. Okay, you can search for songs here and all those things. I don't know if I've disabled this, but if I've not, I think I've disabled that as well. So you can do all those things to enjoy, your application. Yes, this is just one of the applications. This is just one. Albert can testify. I have COVID application also in Power Apps as well. This is just one of the applications. Yes. So if you don't have any question, I think we're good. If you don't have any questions, so I can just hand over to the boss himself to then take you through the Power BI. If you don't have any question.
Okay, thank you, Shadrach. Thank you very much for the wonderful work that you are doing with Power Apps. So guys, our time is fast spent. So we are going to go into Power BI and how you can also use Power BI as part of the Power Apps to come up with interactive dashboards and then reports. So let me quickly share my screen.
So I'm sharing my details. In case you have any question, you can just forward it to me, then we can continue the chat today. So whilst you continue with Power BI, yeah.
Okay, so now we are looking at Power BI. So those of us who are new to Power BI, when you are looking at Power BI, we are looking at a connection of different things, okay? So you are looking at connection of software services and other applications that are working together to help you to come up with reports and dashboards. So here you can see that we have some data sources here. So regardless of where the data is coming from, you'll be able to connect it with Power BI. You'll be able to analyze it, you'll be able to visualize it, and you'll be able to develop interactive dashboards that you can also share it with other people within or outside your organization. Now, so when you talk about Power BI, we are looking at three main things, okay? We are looking at Power BI Desktop, we are looking at Power BI Service, and then we are also looking at Power BI Mobile. So when you talk about Power BI Desktop, this is just like any of the applications that you have sitting on your PC right now. So this could be the Excel that you have, the Word that you have, or any other application that you have. So you have the Power BI Desktop, which sits right on your PC. And you can use it just like using Excel. So using the desktop, you'll be able to connect to different data sources. You'll be able to analyze them, and you'll be able to visualize it to create your interactive dashboards and then reports. Then we also have Power BI Service, which is a cloud-based application or a cloud version of the Power BI Desktop, which sits on the cloud. What it means is that with the Power BI Service or Power BI Online, you'll be able to access it on your browser, and you'll be able to create reports, you'll be able to create dashboards out of the same platform. And then you also have Power BI Mobile, which also helps you to access the reports that you already have on the Power BI service on your mobile phone. So for example, if you are working with a company and maybe you are the manager of the company, every time you have to be monitoring the performance of your company, and maybe you have traveled, you don't have access to your PC, but you have your mobile phone. Through the Power BI Mobile, you'll be able to have timely updates on your phone. You can check the report to see how the performance of the company is going. So when you're looking at Power BI, we are looking at three main things. We are looking at Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service or Power BI Mobile, Power BI Service or Power BI Online. Then we also have Power BI Mobile, which also helps you to access your dashboards and then reports right on your phone. Now, with Power BI Desktop, you'll be able to connect to different data sources. So the image that you are looking here, this is a dashboard that we have in Power BI Desktop. So here you'll be able to connect data from maybe Excel workbook, from a database, from online, from a folder, or from a PDF. Using the Power BI Desktop, you'll be able to connect to all these data sources. So here it gives you access to some of the data sources or data connectors that you have in Power BI. So here, whether data is coming from QuickBooks, it's coming from a CSV file, it's coming from a database, or it's coming from Google Analytics, you'll be able to connect it using the Power BI Desktop. Then using the Power BI Desktop, you'll be able to clean and also transform your data. Now, as data analyst, sometimes the data you'll be working with may not be in the form or the format that you can work with. Sometimes you have to shape the data, you need to transform it. Now, Power BI also has an engine or a platform that's a Power Query editor. that helps you to be able to clean and transform all these data. Now, one thing about this Power Query is that it also helps you to automate your processes. For example, if you connect to data every month, you connect to the same data, you can use the Power Query to automate the flow of your data cleaning and then how you'll be able to build your reports. Okay. Then when you are using Power BI Desktop, you also have access to perform advanced analytics on your data. So here you can use something like AI visualizations that helps you to get insight from your data using machine learning and AI. You'll be able to use DAX, which is a formula that we use in Power BI, to be able to get insight from your data. Or you can even use quick measures, which also helps you to come up with some calculations automatically. So I'm going to look at some of these things when we start with the demo, okay? And then using the Power BI Desktop, you also have access to a whole range of data visualization tools. So here you can even import data visualization tools from custom apps or marketplace that will help you to come up with visuals that are not available in the regular visualizations that we have in Power BI. Now, using Power BI, you'll also be able to create interactive dashboards and reports that you can share with anyone, which could be inside or outside your organization. So as I mentioned, we also have Power BI Service, which is a cloud-based application of the Power BI Desktop, which also enables you to publish the reports that you have developed just on your phone or just on your desktop onto the cloud so that you can easily share it with other people. And then we also have the Power BI Mobile, which I said it also enables you to keep your fingers on what is going on with the organization. So the report that you already you have published on the web or on the Power BI service, you'll be able to access it right on your phone. So just like what Shadrach demonstrated with your apps, after developing the app on the cloud, you'll be able to access it just on your phone. It's the same thing with the Power BI. If you have any report that you have published on the Power BI service, you'd also be able to access it right on your mobile phone. So now let's take a demo to see how the Power BI environment looks like. So what I will do is to do a new share. So if you take a look at this, this is a dashboard that I built, okay, right on Power BI. So if you take a look at this, I can filter my data just by clicking on some of these visuals, okay? And you see that the data is being filtered. Okay, if I also want to apply some filters, I can also go here and I'll be able to apply some slices that will help me to filter my data. Okay, and all these things are being done right within Power BI. Okay, so Power BI really helps you to get access to the data and you'll be able to come up with interactive dashboards that you can also use it to give management insight within your organization. Okay. Now let me show you another dashboard built with Power BI. So this is also another dashboard here. Okay. So here I can filter this data. And then I have a video showing you how you'll be able to build this from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to share the link with you as well. So with this, you'll be able to apply filters to filter your data and you'll be able to get insight. Okay, so now let me show you how to get started with Power BI. So now what I will do is that on the file tab, I'm going to create a blank Power BI file, or already I have one here. Okay, so this, remember, Shadrach and then Albert told you that Power BI, Power Apps, and Power Automate, they work together. So even within Power BI, when I come to my visualizations, I have Power Apps and have Power Automate here. So this is an example of Power Automate. So here, when you click on it, you'll be able to send a Teams message to another person within your organization. So let's assume that this report, maybe I built this report, somebody is looking at this report. Now the person wants to get some quick insight on some of the things that they are seeing on the report. They can use this to send a Teams message, okay, to whoever developed this report, and they'll be able to send the message right away, just within Power BI. So if something happens and I need to send update to someone, I don't need to open Teams. I can just send it right from here. And if you take a look at this, we also have some templates that you can also use here, like updating an Excel table with Power BI, or maybe sending Teams message. And that's the one that we have used here. So when I click on this and I want to send a message, I just click on run and I'll be able to send a message to whoever developed this dashboard. Okay, so these tools, we can use them together. And when you use them together, you get a lot of power. Okay, so now let me show you how you can get started with the Power BI. Now with the Power BI, there are 4 main phases. Okay, the first phase is about connecting to data. And then the second phase is about cleaning and then transforming the data. Then the third phase is about modeling and then analyzing the data. And then finally, we look at data visualization. Okay, so I'm going to take you through all these steps briefly. Okay, so the first is about getting data. Now within the Home tab, you see that we have data here. So these are some of the data connectors that we have. So here you can connect data which is coming from Excel workbook. You can connect data which is coming from Power BI data sets. If your organization is also using a database like Microsoft SQL Server, you can also connect it from here. Or maybe you want to enter data manually and then analyze it. You can also get it from here. But you see this first option, get data. I'm going to click on the drop down. And these are some of the common data sources, okay, that we have here. But here, when I go to more, you'll be able to see more of these data connectors and the ones that are available to you. Now, depending on where you are working and your exposure to data, some of the data sources here may not be familiar to you. Okay, so here we have different groups. So we have the all, where you'll be able to access all the data sources here. Now, we have also grouped them into different categories. When you go to file, you can connect to data from Excel workbook, a text or a CSV file. You can even connect to a data from PDF. So if you have a report in the form of a PDF, you don't have to copy and paste it in Excel. You can connect it directly from here, and you'll be able to extract the data from that PDF. If you also have data which is in a whole folder, we have a folder which has different files. You can connect to that folder and you'll be able to import and combine all those data together as one database, and you'll be able to analyze it together. If you also have the data coming from a database, you can also use the database connector. So here we have SQL Server, you have Microsoft Access. If you are using IBM database, you also be able to use it from here. Now, when you use the scroll bar, you can see that we have so many of these data sources. Okay. Then if you also want to connect data from Power Platform, like Power BI data sets, data flows, and all these ones, you can also connect it to them here. You also have Azure. The company is also using Azure. You can also connect to Azure SQL database. The data is coming from online services. For example, Google Analytics, you can also use it here. If your company is using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can also connect it to it. If maybe you're a data scientist or data analyst, you have a GitHub account, you have some data in there, you can also use the GitHub connector here to connect to that data. Then when you come to others, if maybe you are connecting to the data from a website, you can also use this web connector and you'll be able to connect to it. Okay, so I'm going to take you through some of these data connectors. If maybe you are a data science or analyst, you also have R scripts or Python, you want to get the data using R or Python scripts. You also have these connectors which will enable you to use the R or Python script just within Power BI. Okay, you'll be able to use all these options. So let me show you the first option where we can connect data from Excel workbook. Okay, so here I'll go back. I just under my home tab, you see that I have the quick access here. So I can use this option, or I can come to get data and use Excel workbook. So when you connect to this, this will open your file, okay, where you need to locate where the data is. So for example, if I want to use this data here, this hotel booking data, I can just select it and click open. Now this is going to establish a connection with the data source that you are working with. So now using this, you are going to be directed to this navigator page. So this will let you see all the tables that you have in that particular workbook. So if you take a look at the workbook, you just have this table or this data. So when you select it, you'll be able to take a preview of the data before you start analyzing it or transforming it. So here, if you take a look at this, it gives you all the columns and some of the data that you have in each of the columns. Now, if you want to import it, what you need to do is to make sure that you have checked this box. When you check it, you'll be able to import the data. So here we have two main options. You can load it directly into Power BI, or you can decide to transform it first. So what I tell my students is that always try to use this transform option. Look at the data, and if it needs some sort of cleaning or transformation, you'll be able to do it before you load it into Power BI. Okay, so here if I want to load it directly, And if the data is clean and I want to dig deeper into it and then analyze it, I can just go to load and I'll be able to load it into Power BI. So let's pick load, okay? But here you can also use transform, which takes you into Power Query, where you'll be able to clean and transform the data, okay? So I'm going to load this data directly into Power BI, assuming that the data is clean and everything is working perfectly. So I'm going to load it and then show you other things that you can do with Power BI. So now, when you come here, you see that the table has been added to this Power BI file. So when you come to the fields, you see that we have the other database. Now I can click on this to expand it. Now, when you expand it, you'll be able to see all the columns that you have in that particular workbook. And here I can go ahead and start analyzing the data. Now, the next thing I want to show you is how you'll be able to import data from a web page or a website, okay? So the first thing that you need is to get the address of the web page that you want to import the data from. So what I will do is that I'm going to take you through my browser and then show you something there. So here we want to import the world population data. So I just do a simple Google search, world population. So I just want to get some world population data. So if I take a look at this, maybe this is where I can get maybe a report. So I can just click on this link. And now I have some data here. So if you take a look at this, I have these tables, okay? So this is for 2020. Now let me make this specific, okay? So let me make it 2021. And then scroll down and then find a website that can give me that data. So maybe this one. So I just click here, you see that I have this data here. So maybe I want to get this into Power BI and then analyze it. What I need to do is to grab just the web address. So I'm just going to copy this, the URL or the web address. Now what I need to do is to go to Power BI. So I just go to my Power BI and I go to get data. And then here you see that we have web. So I'm going to click on this option. Now this is going to ask for the web address or the URL. So what I need to do is to paste the link that we copied. I'm just going to paste it here. So the link that we copied from the browser, this is the link. And I'll just click OK. And now it's saying it's trying to connect to this one. Do I want to connect? I'll say connect. So now this is taking some time to be able to keep that connection, but we have to wait for it to work. We can see what this will be able to help us to bring into Power BI. Now, if you take a look at this, you can see that now it has been able to go through the link and it has been able to come up with these tables. So we can take a look at each of them and see the one that will be able to give us the data that we want to analyze. So here I can click on table 1. Now, if you take a look at this, it seems this is where we have the data that we want to analyze. So here we have numbers, the country, their population, the year change, the net change, and other things. I can also look at table 2, and it seems it's the same data that we have. So with this one, if I'm interested in any of the tables, I just check the box here, and I'll be able to import it into Power BI. Now, one thing you would notice from here is that here we have table view and then the web view. So the web view helps you to look at the data as it appears on the website. So here, when I switch from data view to, when I switch from table view to the web view, you'll be able to see just like how the data appears on the website. So you'll be able to know that this is the right data that you are connecting to. Okay, so with this, I just check this box and move on to the table view and click load. Then I'll be able to load this into Power BI. And if I want to analyze it, I'll be able to analyze it just like the data that I have on my PC. Okay, so here you have a lot of connectors that you can play with. Okay, so this is trying to create a connection, and it says there was one error that was identified. So we are going to close this, and now this is the table. So if you take a look at this table, we have all the fields here. So here, if I want to build my dashboard or my report, I can go ahead and use them to build the report or the dashboard. Now, another thing that you would also see from here is that you see we have 3 main tabs. So we have the report view. By default, you are going to be looking at the data, or you'll be directed to the report view. This is where you build the report. Then you also have data view. So when you go to the data view, that is where you'll be able to view the data itself, the data that you are analyzing. This is where you'll be able to view the data. So you come here, you see that with the other database, we are able to look at the data in the form of a table. If I want to look at the population data that we just imported, I just click on it and you'll be able to take a look at the data right from here. And then we also have another tab here, which is the model view, So here you'll be able to model your data. What do you mean by modeling your data? It's about trying to create relationships among different tables. So these 2 tables, if there is maybe analysis I want to do, but I want to be able to link the 2 tables together so that I'll be able to analyze it by fields from any of these tables, I can create a relationship between the 2 tables. So for example, if you take a look at this, we have destination countries. And I'm sure if you take a look at the population data, for each of the countries, we may have their population in this second table. So if I want to create a relationship between the 2, I can drag the country and then match it with the destination country in the others table to create a relationship. And now if you take a look at this, we have been able to build a relationship between them. So what it means is that as I'm analyzing this data, I need to maybe compare each of the countries, their population. I'll be able to pick their population from this second table. Now you can see that the 2 tables were coming from different sources. This one is coming from a website. This one is a data which is sitting on our PC. But through this data modeling, we have been able to link these 2 tables together. So right now, if I go to my report view, I can go to my database table. I can pick destination country. Okay, so all the countries will be here. Let me put this into a table. Then I can come here into the second table that we just imported and grab their population. So I can just grab their population here. And now you see, I've been able to get their population. Just a data which is coming from outside. This is the data that we just imported. It's not part of the data that we are working with. But through the relationship that we built, we have been able to get other information from each of these countries. If I want to see their land area, I can also add their land area to this report. Maybe if I want to see their world share, I can also add it to this report. And for each of them, you'll be able to get their weight, the world share in the population. Okay, so using Power BI, you'll be able to connect to data from different sources. You'll be able to model the data together for them to behave as if they are coming from the same data source. Now, if you take a typical organization, you can see that they have data coming from different angles. Now with Power BI, you can bring all these data into a centralized location where you'll be able to model them together and you'll be able to get a bigger picture of the organization instead of analyzing or basing your analysis on just one data source. Okay, you see that this one, the data wasn't in relation to what we were doing, but I'll just bring it up, and we're fortunate to have countries here. We just use the model view to create a relationship between the two tables. And now we'll be able to build a report that will have some fields from this table and then other fields from the second table. Okay. Now, within the report view, this is where you'll be able to build your report or your dashboard. So here, if I want to build a dashboard here, I can just go ahead. You see that we have visualizations here. So some of the charts may be common to you. Maybe if you have a background in Excel, you can see that we have a stacked bar chart and all these charts. So first, let's look at something here. Within this data, let's go to the data view. Or even with the population data that we have each of the countries and their population. If I want to analyze it, I can come to my report view and then get each of the countries. I just drag and drop it on the canvas. Okay, and then I want to see their total population. I can just drag this and also drop it on this. Now you'll be able to see the population for each of the countries here. Like you see that this doesn't look good. Now, if you take a look at this, for each of the visualizations, we have something we call fields. This is what we use to build the visualization. So you can see that we have the population into the legend. We want to use the population as the size of their bubble. So now I drop it here. Now you'll be able to take a look at this. Okay. So for each of the countries, you'll be able to see their total population. Okay. Their total population. Now, if I want to change this visualization, you see that this is using a map. If I want to change it, I can also change it and pick something different. Okay. If I also want to put this maybe into a simple table, I can just click on the table and you can see that this has changed and now it's showing the population here, but this population is counting. Let's pick some. Okay. And for each of the countries, you'll be able to see the population. You can see that this is not sorted. If I want to sort it, I just click on this and I'll be able to sort it. So this tells you that China is #1, followed by India. If I want to switch back to a map, I can also pick a map here. And with this, you can actually see the picture clearly here. Okay, so you see the ones that have the bigger or a chunk of the population. If I want to add data labels so that you'll be able to see each of the countries, then you just come here, you come to the fields, and then I turn on the category labels. I just turn it on. And now for each of the countries, you'll be able to see what each of these bubbles represent. But you see that it has made the whole thing look clumsy. We have a lot of things going on here, but I can decide to turn it off. Okay, so there are so many things that you can do with Power BI. Now, even if you are a beginner and you don't know your way out, you can just ask questions. Just using English, you can just ask questions and you'll be able to get insight. For example, here, I can just double click. Now watch something here. I just double click on the empty canvas. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, let me go to a new page. And then here I'll double click. It's not working. But if you take a look at the visualizations, we have some of the visualizations that are using artificial intelligence and machine learning. And one of those visualizations is Q&A. Q&A, okay. So if you take a look at this, you see that when you hover your mouse over this, it shows Q&A. I'm going to click on this. Now watch this. I can ask questions just using English. I can ask questions and I'll be able to get the feedback. So here I can say countries. I will say Power BI show countries or country and population. And now look at this. It has given it to us. So for each of the countries, it's giving us their population. Maybe I will say country and population on a map. Now watch this, on a map. Okay, it couldn't give it to us. Okay, my population has a problem. Population on a map. So it's not giving me the map. Okay, let me see on.
Your population has a problem.
Okay, population on a bar chart. Let's use a bar chart. This still is not giving us what we are looking for. Show country and population on a bar chart. Okay, no problem. So here we can just show something like, okay, show country and population. And you can see that this has given us a table. So if you are okay with this, I just click on this. And then I can use this option here to convert this into normal visualization. So now I click on this. Now this becomes a chart that I can use to build my reports, just using normal English. Maybe if you take a look at the data that we have here. So here you can see that we have customers. So you see that we have customers here, and we also have their destination countries. Okay, so here I can decide to build a simple report. You see that we have profit margin, or let me say we have discount, and we have destination country. I can say Q&A, just give me destination country. Okay, destination country and discount. I can do this and it will come up with the insight in the form of a chart. So for each of the countries, it has given us their total discount. So if I want to use this on my report, you see that we have a button here. I just click on this to turn it into a standard visualization. So now I click on this. Now this becomes a chart, which I can use to build my report here. Okay. And if you take a look at this report again, if you take a look at this orders report, you can see that we have gender. I want to see total customers by gender, our total customers by gender, maybe how many of them are females and how many of them are males. I can also ask this question. Here, I can just come in here, Q&A, and I will say, count, I'll say count gender, okay? Count gender. So I just brought in country. I'll just do count gender. Now it's going to count the gender. You see that we have two items. So count of gender by gender. I want to see males and females, but it's not giving it to me. So maybe I can also change the question. So maybe customer ID. We have customer ID there by gender. So each of the genders is going to give us the customers. So maybe I can add this count customer ID by gender. Now it's going to count the customer IDs for each of the genders, and it's going to give us this. So here you see that this is giving us a bar chart. Maybe I will say on a pie chart. And now you can see that this has given it to us in the form of a pie chart. So if I want this to be part of the report, I just convert this into a standard report. Okay, all these things, you are doing it using AI and machine learning. So we have some of the visualizations that use all these things. Now let me show you the last thing here. Let me delete all these ones. Here, if I come to my data here, I have this. So I have date of booking, okay? So within this date, I want to see the year. So I'll get the year. And for each of the years, we want to see the total discount. Now I can put this onto a column chart. So we have this column chart here. Okay, we have this column chart here. Now look at something here. You see that in 2010, let me change something from here. This one is showing the type, the x-axis is showing that the data is continuous. I will change it to categorical. So you'll be able to see all the years. Now, if you take a look at this chart, 2010, this was our total sales. Let's add the data labels. So I'll select this, and under the format, okay, under the format, I will turn on data labels, just like you do in Excel. So you see that the values are here, okay. Now, you see that in 2010, our total discount was 606. In 2012, it came to 660. In 2011, in 2012, it came to 706. But in 2013, you can see that it dropped to 685. Now, I want to see what accounted for the decrease in the 2013 figure. I can ask Power BI to run machine learning or AI on this and give me the insight. So here, what I can do is that I can we add bookmark as well? No, I don't want us to go into bookmarks, okay? So here, I can just hover my mouse over this. I want to see what accounted for this value here to drop. I can hover my mouse over this and then right click. And then I'll go to analyze and I'll ask Power BI to explain the decrease. Now watch this, you see that it says explain the decrease because here it has identified that it's a decrease from that of the prior year. Now you see that this one is an increase from 2016. When I hover my mouse over this and I go to analyze, you see the options. It says explain the increase. So at this point, it has noticed that what you are looking at is an increase from that of last year. So that's the power of AI and machine learning within Power BI. So here, when I click on explain the increase, look at something here. Now here, it's going to run analysis on my data and come up with all the insights that are accounting for the increase in our total discount in 2017. Now look at the title. It says, here is the analysis of the 34.48%. So it has been able to identify or do the calculation to know the increase that we are seeing in 2017. And now it has come up with this insight that the reason why you are seeing this is because of these things. Now, when you scroll down, you see that we have a lot of insight. And then you just have to go through it and see those ones that make sense to you. And then you can add them to your report. Okay, you can add them to your report. So let's see the one that will be able to give us some key insight that we can use. You see that some of the insights will not make sense to you, okay? But you have to just go through it and find those ones that are actionable and very insightful. So here, if you take a look at this, it says that debit card, internet banking, and then COD accounted for majority of the increase among the payment mode. So what this is explaining is that if you compare the payment modes, if you compare that with 2016, in 2017, we had debit card, internet banking, who are accounting for majority of the increase that we saw when you are looking at the payment modes. So if this particular insight or this chart here makes a lot of sense to me, I just click on this plus button here. And this will add the visualization onto the page. And now you can see that it has added it here. So here I can just resize this and then add it to my report. So if I go to management and I need to explain why we saw an increase, I can use this to buttress all my points. Okay, so that's about using the power of AI to analyze your data. So Power BI has a lot of features in there. Okay, but that's where I'm going to end the section. I have a lot of videos on our platform. You can go and then watch it to see how you'll be able to come up with a dashboard. So can you write the report here on Power BI? Yes. So here you can actually write a report. Okay. So here, if I want to add explanation to whatever is going on here, I can go to insert and I can add a text box. Okay. And I can begin typing whatever I want to use with my data. And here, if you also want to add values in the report, you'll be able to do all these things. Even if you don't want to write the report yourself, there is an AI visualization that you can also use that will help you to write a summary of whatever is going on. Okay, so here, let me delete this. When I go to the visualizations, we also have another AI visual. We call it Smart Narrative. Smart Narrative. This will help you to summarize whatever is going on within the data. So here, when I go to visualization, smart narrative, I'm just going to click on it. Now this is going to analyze my data and come up with a summary. Now look at what it's saying. This is the summary. It says that discounts trended upward, resulting in a 97.87% increase between 2010 and 2019. This is amazing. So I has been able to see that from 2010 to 2019, the increase is about. It has been able to go through the data, and it has seen that between 2017 and 2019, we had an increase of about 97%. It says that discount trended up in 2014. Now let me bring this down. Discount trended up on 2017, rising by 63.86% in 5 years. So here is saying that in 2014, okay, from that of 2010, we have been able to increase our discount by 63.86%. And it has given us the change. So within 5 years, this is how much we have been able to increase. It says that discount jumped from 732 to 1199 during its steepest incline between 2014 and 2019. So you'll be able to get all these insights, which you can include on your dashboard to tell story with your data. Okay, so Power BI has a lot of features that will help you to be able to get insight from your data. Okay, that will help you to get insight from your data. So that's why I'm going to end it. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask. So we are going to upload this video on our YouTube channel. You can also get into our YouTube channel and you'll be able to have access to it. Okay, so I'm getting the link to you. So right now I'm waiting for your questions. If you have any question, you can unmute your mic and then ask your question. So you can visit our YouTube channel. We are going to upload the video right on our YouTube channel as well. So if you want to get the recording, you can also visit our YouTube channel. We also have a lot of videos on dashboard designing. So I'm going to paste this one here. Okay, so when you go to our YouTube channel, here, I have this dashboard design, how you'll be able to develop dashboard. This one I showed everything to you step by step on how you'll be able to develop a dashboard with Power BI. So when you go here, I will show you how you'll be able to develop this dashboard. So I have the video right on our website. You can visit our website and you'll be able to learn more. Okay, you'll be able to learn more. You can also join us on WhatsApp as well so that you'll be receiving updates of our upcoming programs. So guys, this is where I'm going to end the section. If you have any questions, you can unmute your mics and then ask your questions. So if you have any questions, we have the platform to ask your questions.